So yeah, if you guys have been following along on Twitter, you guys see that Bobby Hutchinson no longer works for Gas Digital. He left the company a couple months ago now at this point, and we haven't really talked about it because the reality is, like, out of respect to professionalism, like, this just not anybody's business. It didn't end in good terms, obviously. More than anything else, the reason I haven't really been, talking about it is because I did consider Bobby a very, very close friend. These guys, and this is the truth, the production staff here at Gas Digital, it is not just people that work for me. These are people that they're like my best friends in the world. Like, we're all, like, everyone here is all legitimately best friends. Everyone hangs out of work, and this includes Bobby. Everyone, we vacation together. We go, on the weekends we go out together. We have cried together. We've bled together. We fucking created amazing things together. And I take it very seriously, and I think my entire staff knows this, and a lot of people know how seriously I take the production here. I know it's not always the best, but when you create something with somebody, I think that is really valuable. I think that it holds a ton of value. And me and Bobby have created, like, truly incredible, memorable things that have changed people's lives in a lot of ways. Legion of Skanks is a show. I get a message a day, at least, in my inbox with somebody saying that this show has changed my life. And it has been something that's really important. And Bobby is somebody who helped me create that, and out of respect for him, I've never wanted to trash him or to disparage his name. What a I am. Bobby left the network after a while. It wasn't one thing. It wasn't one incident. It was a couple of years of me and him butting heads in some very real ways. It wasn't one way. It wasn't me yelling at Bobby. I don't yell at the staff. Nobody would take it. There's nobody here on the staff that'll tell you that I walk around like a tyrant like I do on the show. I think I try to be somewhat understanding. Me and Bobby are two people that we have butted heads in, ways that it got crazy. And that was both ways. He started getting really emotional. We started calling him Sobby Bobby on Legion of Skanks as a joke, but it came from a real place. It came from a place because he was super emotional, and it was probably justified. The amount of work that he puts in, how much he cares about the network and the job. I get, I care that much as well. So I get it. So we would butt heads and we would clash, and he would yell at me and I would yell at him. And it fucking, we would just get the work done. I would put it aside. There's nobody in that Gas Digital that would talk to me the way that he talked to me, the way that he talked to me. Literally nobody. Not only because, at the end of the day, it's like we sort of had that dynamic, but, he also did really important work. So he got a lot more leeway than other people would have gotten. He was the executive producer of the network. Toward the end, I thought there was something deeper going on, something, whether it was the work making him sort of crack or what it was just every time there would be any conversation, and it wasn't just with me, this is with my partners at Skankfest, with Ralph, anytime any pushback was given to him for anything, it was met with like really like, just like the energy was wild. And then at the end, he started saying that he wasn't happy with the money. We did everything we could do. We genuinely did everything we could do. We gave him a raise at the end. We started letting him work from home. We suggested that we start having weekly meetings so we could just let the air out every week and not have blowups. And everything we did, it just really wasn't met with anything. And at the end, he ended up quitting. It was a thing with him and Ralph, a dumb thing. Like it was a nothing. And he just blew up and said, "No, you guys don't respect me. I have to quit." And it sucked. It really sucked. It sucked in a very, very big way. And it, it's been a couple months now, and, he's coming out and going public talking about how we treated him and how we underpaid him. And I still think he's going through something. That's the truth. I think if you look at the way he's tweeting and what he's saying, I think it's very obvious that he's, very scorned and very it's very uncharacteristic of him. That's not the dude that I knew. It's, it is what it is. Once again, I have to respect the business and I have to respect everybody else, that works here. Like I can't discuss the details of how much we pay him, how much we pay the other people, what his percentage was of Gas Digital. I'll address a couple things kind of vaguely, I guess some people were like, oh, he said he makes $40,000 after taxes. I don't exactly know what his tax deal is. I'll tell you right now, I guess maybe he's talking about just his salary from Gas Digital. Everyone pays taxes. You can't blame taxes on me, but his salary from Gas Digital was a pretty competitive salary for podcast producing. He also received a salary from Skankfest it was a pretty good chunk of change. He also got a kickback from Legion of Skanks. That was a pretty good chunk of change. When you look at what he was making overall from the different businesses that I'm at the helm of, he was making substantially more than he posted that thing. I was like, you fall within that bracket. Now, no, it wasn't a 6-figure high paying job. But most people that produce podcasts don't make that much money. There's a handful of jobs that are out there that exist like that. And by the way, if an opportunity arose for any of my producers to go and make fucking real fucking money, do you think I would stand in the way? We would throw them a going away party. If somebody came to Shannon right now and said, hey, we want to pay Shannon $150,000 a year to go produce this podcast, do you think I'm going to go, no, Shannon, sorry. Either we're going to match it, which we can't, or we're going to say, congratulations, that's fucking incredible. That's incredible. I'm happy for you. And that's sort of what this business is. You look for the opportunities that are in front of you, and if it doesn't work for you, you move on. And that's just what it is. And, for me, I always thought if Bobby was going to move on, it would, first of all, I never thought Bobby would move on ever in a million years. We were never going to fire Bobby. I've never fired Bobby. When he's saying I fired him, he's talking about where he's literally freaking out about the work, saying he's too much work. He has too much stress. And I said, dude, if you can't handle it, let me know. And then he would go, you're threatening to fire me. And I'm like, dude, no, that's not me threatening to fire you. I'm saying if you can't handle the extra work, we can't give you the Skankfest work, or we can't give you this extra, job on the side that's taking up a lot of your time, because that's just the name of the game. I don't know everybody's workload like that. I don't micromanage the work of the employees here at Gas Digital, and I don't think that they want me micromanaging the work. We don't breathe down everyone's neck. People make their own hours for the most part, and they get to work on the projects that they want to work on. They get to fucking hang out with their friends. They get to create some really fun shit and hopefully make a little bit of cash. And that's the job here. And the ceiling sort of was where Bobby was at. That is the most you can make at Gas Digital right now, unless we grow the business. And that's, I think he's talking about how he hasn't collected a percentage of the business. The reason he hasn't collected a percentage of the business is because the business, we reinvest the money back into the business. We have multiple studios. We have brand new apps and platforms that we just built. We're constantly hiring new producers to make everyone's jobs that much easier. There's so much that goes into it. Our overhead is massive. It is massive. And there have been years where we have not made money at all, where we've lost money. There have been years where we've broken even. There's been years where we've made a very little bit of money. We create a system here at Gas Digital where a bunch of great comedians and a bunch of great producers can go out and make some money and create some great shit. And that's always been the goal. And it was honestly, the goal was never for any of us to get rich, and none of us are rich. There's nobody rich here. There's Dave Smith, Big J, myself. We are probably doing the best. Besides Michael Bisping, that's like the top. Michael Bisping was rich and will always be rich, regardless of Gas Digital. Me, Big J, and Dave aren't rich. That's just that. So the reality is, it really genuinely makes me sad to lose a friend. I genuinely hope the smoke will clear. And I know Bobby will watch this, and I hope the smoke will clear and he will, come around and be like, fuck, dude, like, I don't exactly know what happened here, but let's put it behind us. Cause for me, it's always a fucking handshake away and a phone call away. Cause that's literally how I've always fucking been. I've said this about my actual enemies, much less people that have been friends of mine literally he asked me to marry him and his wife a year ago. This is not like, it's not bullshit. When I say friends, people, he posted that I reached out to, I sent his wife a DM because I was concerned with him. They were like legitimately my friends. People are like, oh, you reach out to his wife. What a put. It's like, no. I reached out to somebody who I considered a friend saying, hey, dude, I'm concerned. I feel like we're blowing this up and we're about to lose Bobby at this job. This is something that he's passionate about. It's something that he's meant to do. That was the words I used. And I was like, I want to get, and I want to get ahead of it in whatever way we can. So that's that. That's my perspective on it. I legitimately wish Bobby the best. If he gets another job in production and it pays him all he wants to pay, dude, fucking more power to you. I really love that. If it's not in production, well, then maybe this wasn't meant to be. Maybe you were meant to go do something else. I don't know. But that's really it. I can't really say much more. I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth over the Regs logo and all these little details. This is all just like stupid shit. It wasn't one little thing. Obviously it was a much deeper thing, and it was over the course of years, and definitely over the last 6 months was particularly heated. So that's what it is. All right, I'm done. Really, that's all I got to say. Shannon, am I missing anything?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think that was good.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. I'm not going to put you in a weird position, Shannon. I was going to be like, Shannon, tell him how great I am.
I was going to come in and give you a hug earlier, but I didn't want to interrupt.
No, I don't need a hug. Dude, a hug would have made me cry worse. Oh, what a bitch I am. Oh, what a fucking. Notorious. Fuck. And it went out live. I taped this speech on my phone earlier like a man, and I could have just put that out.